Hey guys, Bill Soriano here from Pittsburgh. About 11 a.m. here on Saturday, June 14th, 2025, and I want to bring you another Sniper Pro Scanner video. But today, guys, I'm going to show you a another strategy that you can use, and this is our community's strategy. So we have a community of over it was at one time over 6,000 people. And as you guys know, we were all with a company called IM Academy. And the leaders of our community, Michael Angel Martin, David Thomas, Jason Hall, um, they made the decision to move us all over to GFood. Okay. And crazy as it was, about 2 or 3 weeks after that happened, and they had no advanced knowledge of this, by the way, IM Academy actually shut down. They actually shut down their operations because of some complaints that were filed against them. So first they eliminated their affiliate program, and then they just shut down completely. So this strategy that I'm going to show you comes from our community. Okay, so the first strategy that I've been showing you the last several videos is my 15-minute entry system using the higher time frame trend, and these six conditions right here. Okay, using the blue scorecard candles and all, and then using the higher time frame trend to confirm the trades. In this strategy, this is a strategy Michael Angel Martin came up with. And guys, when you join us in GFU, you get access to our community. You get access to our Discord channel here, and you more importantly will get access to Michael's proprietary indicator. This is an indicator that he actually had made, that he paid to get made for the members of the community to use. It's called the ATH Enhanced RSI Cross Arrows Indicator by Michael Angel Martin. Okay. And so this indicator you'll be able to put on your TradingView platform, TradingView charts. I'm going to show you that in a second, but you do have to have a password in order to use the indicator, and that password changes every week. So you have to check here in Discord for the password once you are a member of our community, meaning that you join GFU, right? And then, of course, with GFU, you get access to all nine scanners now, eight other ones in addition to the Sniper Pro and everything else that comes with that, which I've told you guys before. But this strategy is going to be a little bit different for you, and you'll be able to set alerts on TradingView so that you'll be able to do what you have to do during the trading session, whether you decide to trade New York session, Asian session, or London session. Right now, as you know, I'm trading during the Asian session, but pretty soon I will be able to trade during the New York session as well as the Asian session. But for right now, I'm just using the Asian session. So what you could do is you come in the TradingView here, and I'm just showing you, this is what the indicator looks like here on TradingView, right? And the red arrows obviously are for selling ideas, and the green arrows are for buying ideas. Now you can change these. I'm actually going to change this because I'm going to change this to blue because that's the color I'm using in my conditions. Okay. So that's going to be blue for buys, red for sells. Okay. Now, we're on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so there's no additional higher time frame confirmation or anything else you need to do. But what you could do is you could decide which pairs you want to trade. If you want to trade all of them, then you would have to set an alert for all of them. But here's how you can set the alert, guys. Once you have access to this indicator here, which is the enhanced RSI crossovers version 100. Once you have that, if you're on a chart, you go to alerts, and then you just select that indicator, the enhanced RSI cross arrows version 100. You're going to want it to give you bull and bear signal alerts. same as chart. You want to make sure you're on the chart that you want to get the alerts on and trade on. And then you're going to set this for once per bar, right? You can also put a message here. Uh, bull or bear, so this occurred in EU, you can say, so that you know which pair to go to. And then you create that. Okay. And then, you can shut those on and off. So if you have alerts created for every pair, okay, what you could do is in the settings over here, if you're, coming to your trading session and you're going to want to put all your alerts on, right? And you're able to do that at the top here if you have all of them selected. But the thing is, when you're not trading, you can pause the alerts so you won't continually get signals to your email address or your phone. Okay. But basically, that's just a way for you to set alerts. So what I'm going to show you today here is I'm going to show you this is EURCAD. So I have the conditions set up here. So we're waiting for the alert to come out. Okay. And then on that candle that the alert comes out, we want price to cross the 55 EMA. And this blue line here is the 55 EMA. All you have to do, guys, is select, go to indicators here and just search for the EMAs, right? I use, sometimes I use 3 EMA, three on one. I have the DeLorean EMAs here. But for this strategy, you just need one EMA. So you make it to 55. Okay? So once you have that on there, and the reason why you put it on here is because it's a little bit easier to see it on here than it is to see on the Sniper Pro scanner. Okay. So you have it on here. So your first two conditions you're going to look at are going to be on TradingView. Okay. So you can see here the conditions that I have for a long position. You get the blue RSI alert on TradingView. Price crosses and closes above the 55 on TradingView. After that, you go over into Sniper Pro. Okay, and you look for the other four, right? Was price in the lower Bollinger Band? Did you get, was the candle that the alert came out on a blue or gold candle? Is there a blue sniper arrow or super sniper arrow below that candle? And is the blue dash trend line and sniper line in sniper later? Do you have a blue dash trend line and sniper line in sniper later? So those are the 6 conditions for a buy. And of course, they're just the opposite for a sell. If you get all 6 conditions, you can enter the trade at the candle close. I got to correct this spelling here. And of course, other conditions for extra confirmation are the sniper later blue crossover dots for buys, reds for sells, blue bullish retest for buys, reds for sells, and real-time diversions. Trade management, you want to go for an initial 1 to 2 risk to reward on all of these trade guys. And what I suggest is if you get to a 1 to 1.5, once you see if you're risking 1% on your trades, you really shouldn't risk any more than that. Once you see that you're up 1.5% on that trade, right? So for instance, if you're risking $100 and you're now up $150, that's when you want to move your stop loss to break even. Okay. You don't want to have a situation where you're up, say $150 on a trade and now you lose $100 instead, right? So you're up 1 to 1.5, move your stop loss to break even. Okay. Now, once you get to 1 to 2, you can exit at 1 to 2, or at that point, you can move your stop loss to 1 to 1, and you can keep trailing it up. So you're at a 1 to 2, you move it to 1 to 1, you get to 1 to 3, you move it to 1 to 2, you get to 1 to 4, you move it to 1 to 3, until, of course, you get stopped out, or you just decide to exit the trade, right? So that's all the conditions and the other conditions that are optional, and then, of course, trade management. Everything will be put onto this Sniper Pro overview PDF here, right? I'll put that video probably right above my 15-minute with higher time frame confirmation. And of course, all the conditions will be listed below it. Okay. But just to show you right here on this candle, okay? And this candle right here, we got a red RSI alert, right? Price on that candle crossed from above the 55. It crossed and closed below the 55. So that's the second condition. If this candle would not have closed below the 55, then it wouldn't be a valid idea, right? Again, these are not signals, these are ideas, guys. And keep in mind that I'm not an investment advisor. Again, take a minute to give you my disclaimer. What I share with you are for educational purposes only, right? Forex is risky. You can lose all or part of your capital. That's why if you're a beginner or if you're trading a new strategy, you should always do at least 25 to 50 trades on demo accounts so you're not risking your real money. And then if you're successful doing that, even this strategy here, even though I'm going to show you a lot of good trades, you still need to use a demo account when you're first testing this out. Okay. And again, past profits don't eat your past results do not equal future profits. Okay. So again, guys, always consult an investment advisor if that's what you want to do. I'm just doing this for educational purposes. So this candle right here is the 8 p.m. candle. If you look down below, it says Thursday, June 12th, 20, which is 8 p.m. Eastern time, right? And it's ERCAD. So if we go over to GFU here, we go to ERACUD, and we see that right here, this big gold candle is the 20 candle on June 12th. And again, you want to make sure you have your time zone selected to where you're at on both of these being the same, so you're getting the correct candle here in Sniper Pro. Now, of course, if you're doing this real time, you're going to know what candle it is, right? But in this case, we're kind of back testing this, giving you a little insight to the strategy. So this is the candle. Now, it's a red or a gold candle. Price was up into the upper Bollinger Band, right? There's three lines to the Bollinger Band. The first line, there's no shading in between the first and second line. And then in between the second and third line, there is shading. So you can see the price was clearly up into the upper Bollinger Band. What's important, guys, is also, and it's not in the conditions, but sometimes this idea candle can be very big. And if it's very big and it goes from the upper band now all the way into the lower bands, then that would make the trade invalid, okay, because it's already kind of moved too far. You can see here our price moves down here naturally and doesn't really hit the lower band until right here. And then it keeps moving down. Okay. So you want to make sure that this is for a sell, by the way, for a sell that you were in the upper Bollinger Band, but that your entry candle does not go all the way down into the lower Bollinger Band. And for a buy, you want to be in the lower one, and you want to make sure your candle isn't so big that it goes all the way up into the upper one. Or sometimes the candle is not that big, but the zone here is very narrow. So you have to watch that. Okay. But again, this is a selling idea here. So again, we're looking at our rules here for sales, our conditions, a red RSI alert, price crosses closed below 55, price was in the upper Bollinger Band, that was right. We have a red or a gold candle. Now we have to make sure that we have the red sniper arrow or super sniper arrow above that candle, and that the red, and we have a red dash trend line and sniper line in sniper later, okay? So again, we see we have that red sniper arrow above the gold candle. And we also have a red sniper later line. And on that entry candle, the dash trend line is red for bearish. So this would be a trade that you could take at the close of that candle. And you can see what happens here. This one has a pretty big risk because that candle is bigger. Okay. We get to about a 1 to 1.7 on this. And of course, since it's Friday, you would want to exit your trades on Friday. You may not even want to take trades on Friday. We all know. But obviously, this trade moved very well in your direction. It didn't get far enough for you to move your stop loss to break even, right? Unless of course you're going to move your stop loss to break even at 1 to 1. I recommend you do it at 1 to 1.5. Okay, so that is what a trade idea looks like that meets all the required conditions. Okay, now let me show you another one here. Most of the ones that I found here during the last 2 days are are selling opportunities, right? So right here, you see we have this selling opportunity right here. Okay, you have the red candle, the red indicator, RSI indicator, price crosses and closes below the 55. Okay, this is the 9:15 a.m. candle on Thursday, right? On AUD/CAD. So let me just show you this real fast. Again, it's the 9:15 a.m. candle. Okay, and if we scroll back here, we see that that candle is right here. Okay, right? So price was up in the upper Bollinger Band, right? We do have a red candle. We have a red sniper arrow above that candle. And down in the sniper later here, we have a red sniper later line and a red dash trend line as well. Okay, so this candle right here, 9:15 a.m. on June 12th, right, in OddCAD, right? That's right there, 9:15 a.m. That was a valid trade idea right there, right? And this meets all 6 conditions. So if we take this trade at the close of this candle, right, we would have to put the stop loss up above there. Okay, so you're going to use your recent high or low for your stop loss. Okay, I do have to put that in the trade rules there. And then we could see here that this comes all the way down to here, and then it even keeps going, right? And then it gives you another entry right here. If you miss this one, right, you get another indicator right here, and this comes out at 13:30 or 1:30 p.m. on Friday. So it's a little late to take a trade for most people, but just so I can show you what it looks like here. This is right here, okay? 13:30 candle on Friday the 13th. It's a red candle. Price did make it up into the upper Bollinger Bands here. There's that first line, right? We have a red candle. We have a red sniper arrow above it. We have a red line in sniper later. We have a red trend line, and we also have a red dot, which is an additional confirmation. So that is also a valid trade idea right there, right? And if you enter at the close of the candle, you put your stop loss at this recent high, and we can see that price was moving in our direction very well. We did get to that 1 to 1.5, so we would have moved the stop loss to break even. Most people will want to exit their trades on Friday, right? Because this is more of it's not really a scalping strategy because we're on a 15-minute, but it is more of an intraday strategy, not more of a swing strategy. So, since you're not using a higher time frame confirmation like a trend confirmation or anything like that, or you're not using a higher time frame to calculate your stop losses and take profits like we do in our 4-hour strategy, then you may want to exit these trades on Friday. You don't want to hold them over the weekend. But in either case, this gave you 2 good signals here, 2 good trade idea signals that were both valid, right? And again, we're getting the first 2 confirmations on TradingView. right? First two confirmations, RSI alert, red RSI alert, price crosses and closes below the 55. These are the trade plan conditions, short positions, sell. All six are required, right? Now we go to Sniper Pro, was priced in the upper Bollinger Band. Do we get a red or green candle? That has to be the same candle that is the alert candle in TradingView, right? It all has to be on the same candle, guys. If it's not, you do not take the trade at any point. You just wait for the next one, okay? All six of these conditions have to occur on that candle, okay? Now, I know in my other strategy, you can have them occur on that candle or the next candle, and if not, you can wait for it to pull back to a retest zone, but we don't have that in this strategy. This is just all six conditions exist or they don't. You can take the trade or you don't. Okay. Red sniper arrow or sniper, super sniper arrow above the candle and the red dash line and sniper line and sniper leg. Right. So let's look at a couple more here. And then we're going to finish up this video, guys. And I don't want to make it too long for you. And then what I'll do is this coming week, every night when I come onto the charts, I'll make a video for you going over any trade ideas that came up using this particular trading plan. Okay. So the last couple weeks I did my 15-minute higher time frame strategy. This week I'll do this trading strategy here. And again, this is Michael Angel Martin's strategy, right? He has the video right here in it, right in our Discord channel. Here's also the indicator that you need to download and enter the password for. You have to be a member of our community, a member of the company that we're with, which is GFU. So you have to get started with us in order to get access to everything that you see here. Okay, the indicator and the scanner. Now, in Michael's video here, he shows this on the 1 minute time frame, by the way. Just so if you come in here and you watch this, he does this strategy on the 1 minute time frame. Myself, I don't like to trade on the 1 minute. It's more of a scalping strategy. It's too quick for me. I don't want to have to hurry up. I want to be able to make sure and confirm that I'm doing the right thing. And if you're a beginner, I would never recommend that you trade on the 1 minute anyway. So I show you this on 15 minute, and I think that is the safest, lowest time frame to actually trade from, right? So let's show, see if we can show you another one here. Odd Chef here, AUDCHF. Here's one back here, another really good one right here, guys. Look at this. Here's the indicator comes out, right? The candle crosses and closes below the 55 EMA. So we have the first two conditions met. So this is the 11:45 a.m. candle on Thursday, June 12th. And this is Odd Chef. So we're looking for the 11:45 a.m. candle. So that's it right there. There's the 11:45 a.m. candle on Thursday, June 12th, right? OddCAD, 15-minute time frame in Sniper Pro. And it's a gold candle. Okay, we could see price clearly had moved up into the upper Bollinger Bands. We get a gold candle, right, on that indicator alert. We have a red sniper arrow above it. We have a red sniper later line down here, and we have a red trend line as well. Okay, so this trade idea meets all of our conditions. So this would be a safe trade to take. Again, the stop loss goes above the recent high for a sell. For a buy, it goes below the recent low. Okay, so this is a sell. We enter at the close of that 15-minute candle, right? We put our stop loss up here, and we can see that this has gone for a 1 to 5 risk to reward, guys. Again, you could move your stop loss to break even once you get to a 1 to 1.5, right about here. Once you get to a 1 to 2, you can get out. or you can move your stop loss to a 1-to-1, and then you can just trail it. You get to a 1-to-3, you move it to a 1-to-2, right? And maybe you get stopped out here because we don't know how this candle's actually acting. Is it just moving straight down slowly, or did it move down, move back up, move back down? We don't know that, okay? So there's another good trade. Right here, you see, you get the alert come out again, but that candle does not cross below the 55. Okay? It doesn't cross below there. You could clearly see that by looking at it. You can confirm it using the values here, over here with the EMA and up here, but that does not. And then you get another one here, but that candle does not cross below. The next one does, but that doesn't count. That's not our trading plan, right? Okay, let me show you here maybe one more, GBP, JPY. Okay, so we have a couple situations where we may have had some entries. Here's one going back here. This goes all the way back to Wednesday, though. Okay, so let me just check this one. Right, we do have the red indicator coming out. We have price crossing and closing below the 55. So now we want to mark this candle. This is the 8:30 a.m. candle on Wednesday. So this is going back couple days here now, guys. 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday. So let's scroll back here quite a ways, and right here, there's the 8:30 a.m. candle on Wednesday. Second here, guys. Here's our 8:30 a.m. candle on Wednesday, um, June 11th. Now, if we look at this trade here, guys, if you get in this trade here, price moves up and you would actually probably get stopped out at a loss. Okay? So here's what I'm telling you. Here's where I mentioned earlier when I was talking about the conditions. Notice how, and that's why I wanted to show you this one. Notice how this gold candle here, price not only goes into the upper Bollinger Bands, which is what we needed to do, right? But this gold candle actually comes all the way down into the lower one as well. So that's why this would be invalid to me. So this is an important distinction here, that you need the candle to go into the upper Bollinger Band for a sell, but you don't want that candle to be so big that it also goes into the lower one. Okay? Because now, once it goes into the lower one, you're looking for price to go up, right? And that's exactly what it does. So this one I would not take. Now, this one here is a little tricky as well. Price is above. So we do get price moving below, crossing and closing below. The candle before it did not. So this is 11:45 a.m. on Thursday. So let's see if we can find this one. And it looks like it's this candle right here. Right? So it's the 11:45 a.m. candle right here on Thursday. Price was into the upper band. We do have a red sniper arrow, but look down here in sniper later. We have a red line and a red crossover dot, but our dash trend line is blue. So that invalidates this setup. Okay. So we would not want to take that setup either. And you can see here the price does move back up. Your stop loss would have been up here, so you probably would have stayed in the trade. But again, we would not take that setup. Now we get a third red ATH RSI arrow indicator right here. the candle crosses and closes below the 55, and that's the 7 p.m. candle on the 12th or 1900. So that is this candle right here, my friends. Okay? And you can see here, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, look, price goes into the upper Bollinger Band. You can clearly see that, right? Here's your trade idea candle right here, your signal candle, right? It's red. You have a red sniper arrow above it. You go down in the sniper later, you have a red sniper line, a red trend line, and you have an additional confirmation, which is the crossover dot. So everything, all the 6 conditions are met, plus you have an additional condition met that just gives you an extra confirmation. You don't need it, and that is that red dot there. So this trade, you would take at the close of that candle. Your stop loss goes above this recent high here. And you can see, guys, that this moves down for an easy 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio on this trade. That means for every dollar you risk, you would make $5. Okay. Now, again, you may not get all that. You may get out on a 1-to-1. You may get out on a 1-to-2, right? Now, what I suggest you do is when you get to a 1-to-1.5, which is right about here, you move your stop loss to break even. When you get to a 1-to-2, which is about here, you could get out, or you could move your stop loss to a 1-to-1, the 1-to-1, and then let it go to 1-to-3. Once it gets to 1-to-3, you can move your stop loss to 1-to-2, and you can let it run to 1-to-4. And you'd probably get stopped out at the 1-to-3 if you moved your stop loss to a 1-to-3 once it was up 1-to-4. But that's getting way ahead of ourselves, guys. Again, at first, when you're working on your mindset, if you're brand new to trading, guys, you just want to go for a 1-to-1. You just want to see how many of these trades are going to win if I go with a 1-to-1. Okay. If you're, more of an intermediate trader, not a beginner, then you can go like I say, you can move your stop loss to break even to 1-to-1.5 and get out at a 1-to-2, right? And if you're a little more advanced, then you can, move your stop loss to break even at a 1-to-1.5. And once you get to 1-to-2, you can move it to a 1-to-1 and trail it. Okay. If you don't understand what I'm saying there, guys, if I'm confusing you, just send me a message and I'll explain it to you a lot better. I just don't want to make this video really long. So there you have it. That's the strategy, guys. Now let me show you, I did mark a couple, I showed you a couple trades here that we would not have taken, right? Let's look at AJ here for a second. We have this trade right here in AJ. Okay, here's a trade alert. Here's our red RSI arrow. The candle crosses right from above and closes below the 55. Okay. Now, this is the 8:15 a.m. candle on Thursday. This is AJ. So this is the 8:15 a.m. candle on Thursday. Uh, that's right here, guys. See this blue candle right here? That's the 8:15 a.m. candle on Thursday. Okay. Now, first of all, this is a sell, right? Again, that's the 8:15 a.m. candle. That's a sell signal with the ATH RSI indicator, right? So we need a red arrow, right? We don't get a red candle. We get a blue candle. We also have a blue arrow underneath it. And down here in the sniper later is still blue and the trend line's blue as well. So that's just an invalid idea. That idea is not confirmed. Okay. And if you look here, look what happens. You would have entered the trade here. Your stop loss would have went right above your highs here, and you would have got stopped out at a 1% loss. Let's look at another one here. Chef JPY. Right here, guys, look at this big candle here with the ATH RSI signal. We got this big red candle coming from above the 55, crossing and closing below it. And that is at 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday in Chef JPY. So we have to go back a little bit further here to see that in Sniper Pro. And that's actually the 8:30 a.m. candle, right? So that's this big gold candle right here. Now, what's the one thing that I told you, right, is look at the size of this candle and look how price moves into the upper Bollinger Band, right? But this candle also comes all the way down into the lower Bollinger Band, and that's what invalidates this trade idea, okay? Uh, Everything else looks good, right? We have a gold candle, we have a red arrow above it. Down in the sniper later, we have a red line. We even have the red trend line, and we even have the additional confirmation of the crossover dot. But because price comes all the way down into this lower Bollinger Band, we're now looking for it to react to the upside, right? That's why for a sell, we want it to go up into the upper band. But now that it's come all the way down into the lower band on the signal candle, we're looking for it to move up. And you can see what happens here. It moves up and you would get stopped out, right? Okay, and there's really no other, you have ATHs here. Okay, right here, you get a blue with a cross above the 55. So this is the 5:15 a.m. candle on Friday. So let's look at this. So that's this candle right here, right? Price did come into the lower Bollinger Band, but our candle is gray. Gray candles are no good. Gray candles are transition candles. Um, the gold candles are good because they're breakout candles. So that's why for a buy, you need a blue candle or a gold candle. For a sell, you need a red candle or a gold candle. Gold candle works either way, but gray candles never work. Okay. So you have everything else. You have the blue arrow, you have the blue sniper layer line and the trend line, but this is a gray candle, so you wouldn't take that trade. Now, that trade looks like it works out pretty good, right? And you'll see some of these, where, hey, they don't meet your 6 conditions. So you don't take the trade because if you're trading all 28 Forex pairs, guys, even if you're just watching 10 of them, you're going to get plenty of trade opportunities using this strategy. So you want to stick to the conditions. Okay. Yes, there are going to be times when you miss a good trade because it didn't meet all 6 conditions, right? And there are going to be times when all 6 conditions are met and you lose a trade. Believe me, there will be. Okay. And I will show you those as we come up in the next week here. I'm not going to shy away from them. It's just today, as I'm looking at what happened, what transpired over this past week on like Friday, Thursday, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I haven't seen any. Okay. The only ones I've seen are winning trades. Okay. Let's show you one more, then we're going to finish up here, guys. Wow, this is a really big candle. I want to show you this one because I want to show you what this looks like in Sniper Pro. So we have this really big candle here with a red ATH RSI above it. The candle crosses and closes below the 55. It's the 20 candle, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Thursday, 12 p.m. This is in GU. So we need to scroll back here. Let's see, is it this one here? Here it is right here. Look at that big gold candle, guys. Now, here's what I want to show you. This is why it's important to see this, okay? You have this big gold candle, okay? Now, remember with those other examples where the big candle went up into, price went up into the upper band, but then the candle also came all the way down into the lower Bollinger Band. See how that doesn't happen here, guys? There's plenty of room here between where this candle closes and this lower band here. As a matter of fact, price doesn't get into the lower band until we get all the way down here. It reacts up off of it like we expect it to, but then it keeps going down. Okay, so right here we have a red sniper arrow above our gold candle. Right in the sniper later, we have a red line, we have a red trend line, and we also have an additional crossover dot, which is an additional confirmation. So this was a beautiful trade to take. And even though you had a very big risk here, right? Because you have to put your stop loss at the top of that high, right there. Even though you had a very big risk, you still kind of get to that 1 to 2 right here. So again, when you were up 1 to 1.5, which is right about here, then you can move your stop loss to break even. Well, price comes up, but it never gets to break even, right? And then it comes back down. Now, keep in mind, one thing I want to mention, guys, you see a lot of these signals going the other way here. But remember, these signals are not crossing above the 55. And also, if you go in the Sniper Later Pro, you're going to see that they're not in the lower Bollinger Band either. But the first thing is it's not going up there. So if you would get a signal, if you would be in a trade, like a sell, and you get a clear signal to buy, like if this ATH was on this arrow here and it crosses above the 55, and then you go to the sniper later and all your conditions are met, right? Let's just pretend that this candle here, this 10 a.m. candle on Friday, that's this candle right here, right? It's a gold candle. We have a blue super sniper arrow below it. We have a blue trend line. We have a blue dot. And price did go into the lower Bollinger Band here at one point, right? If we look here, we could see price comes down to the lower Bollinger Band. So that is a valid buy signal there. Okay? So if you're in this trade, if you're still in this trade and you now get a valid buy signal, then you would want to exit that trade right there. Now it's up to you. You could decide then if you want to get into that trade long now. Okay. This ends up getting to about a 1 to 1.2. Okay. But again, it's Friday. And so at that time of day, it's still early on Friday, so you still may take the trade. But the point is that if you were still in this trade, right, and you get a valid buy signal. Now, again, that's not a valid buy signal because the ATH was not on that candle. Okay. But I just want to show you, and that's going to be part of the rules. I'll put that into the rules as well here that, I will adjust the trade management rules here. I'll put in here where to put your stop loss and also exit the trade if you get a clear, valid, confirmed signal going the other way. So guys, this is the strategy. This is our community's strategy right now. This is the main one, and everyone's having success with this, guys. If you were able, if you join our community, you join us, let me know if you want to join GFU now. I can get you the link, and it'll be in that. It'll be in the. It's in the overview PDF video right here. Down here, there's a overview video by Brandon Boyd, and the link here to sign up. That'll give you access to our community, Michael's proprietary indicator, right? All of our strategies. This is our newest strategy here using Michael's ATH enhanced RSI cross arrows indicator and the GFU Sniper Pro scanner. Okay. If you get into our scanner chat here, you'll see people talking about all their winning trades all day long, guys. They also post the losers in there too, but it's a lot of winning trades. And we're having a lot of success with this strategy. And that's why I wanted to bring it to you. That's why I wanted to bring it to you. So you have my strategy here on the 15-minute with the higher time frame trend confirmation, but I also wanted to give you this strategy. So guys, any questions, drop them down below. If you're ready to sign up, let me know. Let's have a great weekend, guys.